Hey everyone, welcome back to our section. Sorry we were busy for the last couple of days and couldn't have the update on the lead code. Um, so third day of JavaScript, and I just figured out after three assignment we have to buy the subscription. I didn't know that. So I'm testing Confinity today um to see if we will use this thing free. Okay. All right. So let's go over the last three assignment before we. I mean, not three assignment, three coding challenge. Um, before I test the Confinity and tell you guys is that a good platform or not. So let's go ahead and start with the counter two. So counter two is having three function: increment, decrement, and reset. As we was doing earlier, we have we return three function in here: increment, decrement, and reset. So for the requirement, it says increase the value by one and return it. And then initially we need to have a current value, uh, w- um, which is assigned to the init value, and then we have increase the current value by one, then we return the current value. All right. So after second is the reset. So basically, what the reset do is right here reset. It would reset it, which is return the initial value of current value, right? So basically, since we have current value equal to init over here, it's a it's a duplication. We can just return a current value, right? And then, oh no, my bad, because we didn't change the because we shouldn't change, and can we call it three times like this, then the current value um haven't changing up here. So the best way is like set up current value equal to init and return the current value. And then for the decrement, all we have to do is just uh minus one on the current value and return it. So uh do some testing over here and let's run it. Good, good, good. Increment, reset, and decrement. And on case two, we decrement. Then we reset, then we reset. Okay, so it's working perfectly fine. So the logic is decrement reduce the current value by one and return it. So that's why we set up the current value to tracking the initial value. And for the reset, we set the current value to initialize because we haven't changed the init. Um, so that's the trick behind the scene. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is apply transform over its element in an array. So in this application, they're asking us to increase. I think return array should be uh return array I plus one the subgroup without building array of map. So they're not using array map method, but they instead are using return array with transformation applied to each element in the array, and we see like they increment by one. So basically, what I did in this function is like I have a function array and taking uh uh a parameter uh array and a parameter temporary, like such a temporary array. So, oh, it's a fun. Yeah. So for this particular uh, problem, what I did was, oh, what I did was I create a temporary result array inside the function array. With passing array in a function in, and then uh, and then for each of the application, we call in like, okay, start with I equals to 0, and then I smaller than array of length. We travel the array increment it by one every iteration, and then we push into the result, which is an empty array. Um, we push in that the function array I uh, and I, which is in this case is n plus one, right? And then we return the new created array over here. So JavaScript in JavaScript, right? You can pass a function at a parameter inside another function. So what I did over here is like I passing the whole function array I um and one because that's what they given me over here on this side. So don't confuse, right? I would push the whole thing in and using the using the requirement. I mean not the requirement, the instruction from the question, right? And then let's run it. Perfect. So it's worked. Cool. Let's do this particular problem. Array reduce transformation. So array reduce transformation, if we read it from here, is given integer array num a reducer function and initial value in it. So return the result obtained by executing the function from each element of the array sequentially and passing the return value for the calculation on preceding element is cheaper equal to init num and val equal to function value number for val. Okay. So in this particular problem, we are gonna do the same thing. Well, is travel to an array, and I would say for less I equal to 0, I smaller than num dot only because numd is the array of number, right? So we want to travel to the number array and we increment every traversal. And then, so they were asking us to do what? Functions. So we're taking the, so we're gonna do the same thing like we did upstairs. They say passing the return value from the calculation to the preceding element. Okay. So we need to have a var function, right? And then for the var function, we say equal to init because is the initialize function. Then we say We could say now passing the return for value from the calculation to the preceding element. So we have var then is the preceding element equal to function. We're taking the var and then the the number num at that current index element I, and then we return var. Then let's try it. Yeah, perfect. It worked. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. And because the next thing I'll try to do is like I need to pay to subscribe to Leet code. So I guess we need to continue to do this in a different platform. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend.